Good day, lords and ladies. My name be Nathan.
And mine be Haley.
And we have a very special video for you. We actually, well, we're in the joust field right now. And right behind us here is Sir William of Noble Cause Productions.
Yes.
And he is going to introduce us to his horses and his knights and just help everyone viewing this kind of understand what it takes to put on a joust show.
Right. There's a lot that goes into it, and they do a wonderful job.
Yes, so if you ever wondered what it took to put on one of these shows, because honestly you sit out here in the stands and watch a like half-hour, 45-minute show, that's only a small portion of what it takes to put this whole entire production on.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead, talk to Sir William. So like I said, we are here with Sir William. He is the lead knight of Noble Cause Productions. It is your company.
It is.
Yes, and how long have you been doing this?
This is actually my 31st year to joust.
Okay.
I started in 1990 in Colorado. I've been very blessed and fortunate to be able to do it every year. I love it. I still have a great passion for it. Now that I'm a little bit older, it's nice to see the younger knights carrying that tradition on, and so it's a lot of fun.
Well, not to make you feel old, but I was born in 1989, so
yeah,
you've been jousting almost as long.
your entire life.
Yes.
Wow,
yeah, that's incredible though.
Well, and it's I'm so fortunate to have the longevity to keep doing something that I do have a passion for and still love doing.
Yeah.
And I started jousting on this field in 1991. Wow. So when we got the contract about 2010, when we came back here, it was so nice to come back and friends that were still here and see the Shire again.
Yes.
We love this show. It's got such an incredibly high production value. It's really nice to be here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this actual Ren Fair is one of the few Ren Fairs that has pyrotechnics, correct?
Yes, it is. Well, and associated with one of their shows. There are some festivals that at the end of the day, they have a fireworks specific show, but not incorporated into a production like this, like the joust. So that's very special for us.
And you know that because you get around to about how many different fairs throughout a season?
I think the most we've ever done is 11 in one season.
Wow.
We are busy from the beginning of January till the end of November. So basically we have December off, which is nice because that way we can travel. Everyone can travel and see their families because all the knights are from spread out. In fact, would you like to meet the knights?
We would like to meet the knights.
The knight riding in the colors of blue and white, cheer, oh Sir Jerry! The knight riding in the colors of black and purple, cheer, oh Sir Logan! The knight riding in the colors of red and blue, cheer, oh Sir Balin! The knight riding in the colors of green and gold, cheer, also Roland!
Now that you got to meet Sir William, we're going to go ahead and meet some of his knights. These are 4 of the knights that you can meet here at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Faire. So first up,
hello everyone. I am Sir Balin, the Queen's own champion, riding in the colors of blue and red. Quite snazzy, thank you.
Cheer for him, he's awesome.
You can cheer for this one too.
Thank you. I am Sir James, the Earl of Arran. I ride in the colours of blue and white, and I represent all of Scotland at this festival here.
And if you like awesome facial hair, cheer for him.
I think that was a given, obviously.
How could you not?
Cheer for the moustache.
Yes.
Hello there, pleasure to meet me. I'm Sir Logan, the Dark Prince of Galway, riding in the colors of purple and black. That's right, I'm back.
And if you like the colors of purple and black, cheer for him.
Is that the only reason?
All right, it's been
He's also Celtic, and Celtic that matters.
No, it's all right.
It's all right. Here, come here. We're gonna go.
There is a certain group of people that like the colors of purple and black. I was just, yeah. So.
Or you know, the only Irish knight on the circuit these days.
Well, you're an
It's
Irish.
okay. No, the disrespect. I'm used to it.
You're an Irish knight.
Only 500 years of oppression by the English monarchy. It's okay. No,
He really doesn't matter anyway.
That's right. He's talking me out.
My name is Sir Roland. I'm the Marquis of Tamriel, the best looking knight in the Shire. And I have the best hair also.
Yes, yes, your hair is
I
quite
think you need
luscious.
to pan back to the mustache after that.
All right, we're gonna head back and ask Sir Balin, how long have you been jousting, and what got you into jousting in the first place?
Well, I first started working for Noble Cause in 2007 when I was a squire. So I was backstage, I was cleaning horse stalls and throwing the rings and everything. And I didn't actually start jousting with Noble Cause until 2012 when I became a knight. So I've been jousting off and on since 2012.
What made you get into that?
I love knights! I've always loved knights. I've loved knights since I was a wee lad. I've always loved horses. My first job was cleaning out stables, horse stalls. So it was sort of a natural fit to go and come here and clean out more horse stalls. But yes, that's part of why I love the history of the knights. I love to ride. I love working with my fellow knights as well. So it keeps me coming back.
Great. Now, Sir James, how about you? I know you're newer to the jousting circuit.
Common misconception.
Common misconception.
Oh.
So I have gone back and forth and done a number of things. The first time I actually worked for a Noble Cause was actually in the New Jersey Fair, I think in 2015. I was on cast there, and I got to be a squire for them as well. But then I didn't do it for a long time. I was on cast here for a while, and then I think it was 2017 was my first time actually riding here with these fellows. This is my first year doing it full time, so I have now been to a number of fairs and loved each and every one of them.
Like you said, it was a common misconception because I'm only familiar with you doing it for the last 2 years.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
what got you into it?
Well, I've always loved the Renaissance Fair, and like I said, I've been on cast here for a long time, so I love performing, I love the fair, and I absolutely adore animals in general, and horses in particular, I really like, and I love the travel that we've been able to do as well. And yes, the camaraderie, especially with the other full-time knights that you get to form on the road, is really something special. Yeah, these guys are all right too, but yeah, they used to be full-time knights, so it's not completely gone.
No. So this is Sir Logan, again, the purple and black knight. He has been on the circuit for a few years now, and he honestly is one of my favorite villains. Nothing against you, Sir Roland. I mean, but I really do appreciate the amount of energy you bring to the joust field. I think that's a part of that Irish blood in you, right?
Aye, boils in there.
Aye.
Aye, really feisty.
Feisty?
True.
Aye. Well, what got you into jousting?
In Sooth, I was at my home fair, which is a Tennessee medieval fair, and Noble Cause came. And I was the sheriff of Nottingham that year. Got to be a bad guy.
Aye.
And
once a bad guy, always a bad guy?
I wasn't always a bad guy, believe it or not. My first joust, I was Sir Logan in red and blue, and I was a good guy.
Wow.
Once I turned bad, I'd never want to go back.
Yeah.
Aye.
I understand. I think there's some good knights here that wouldn't mind going bad for a show or two.
If you're a good knight,
right.
you have to always be good. If you're a bad knight, you don't have to always be bad.
There's a redemption arc there.
But the bad knights do. That is true.
They do have more fun.
I have to say, you guys do have a lot of fun.
We try.
Your
We
peers
do our
don't
best out
anyway.
there.
Yeah.
Aye.
What about jousting is your favorite thing?
To me, it's working with the horses, it's working with my fellow knights, it's also giving the people the best show possible, and having those little children with their bright eyes come up to you because they're seeing a real knight out there. And you get to give them some magic, so we always go up there and like, let's bring magic to the people.
Yeah,
and so put your heart out there, put your life in danger, bodily harm, all that good jazz, and then, sometimes it pays for itself.
I mean, you guys put on fantastic shows.
Thank you.
You really do. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir Roland, we saved, I guess, the best for last.
Of course you did, of course.
Or the most pompous for last. I'm not quite
No,
sure.
I'm the humblest man on the Shire. I take pride in being the humblest.
I can
I
tell.
am the modestest as well.
The humblest is just like eking off of you right now. I can't even be this close to you. I know, it's just too much. So what got you into jousting?
So, unlike Sir James and Sir Logan, I never acted before. I grew up on a horse farm near Gettysburg, and I've been around horses my entire life. And then I came to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Faire in 2012. I saw the joust. I'd never been to a Renaissance Fair ever. Thought it was kind of nerdy. And then I saw the joust, and I came back just to see the joust again. So I was sitting there with some friends, I'm like, I can do that.
And he wrote me a letter.
Yeah, then I wrote Sir William that I wanted to come and audition and try out and start out as Master of Arms. I never had to squire.
Oh,
So
There's that modesty
It was at the right time when we needed
don't
several
listen
new
to Sir
knights.
William. Don't listen to Sir William. I wrote in, I was a Master of Arms, and he goes, I need to get this guy jousted in the show.
That's why he has no respect for the Squires.
Well, I love the Squires. They're great. You push them over when they get in the way. You know, they're good fun. Every now and then you get to run one over in a show.
I will say that sometimes you try really, really hard not to run over a Squire, and somehow
And they seem to want to get run
But
over.
again, I would like to point out, while we're getting all the glory on horseback, the Squires are running in the hot sand. They're lifting things. They're trying to make us look good, do their jobs. They have a very, very physical job, and we do appreciate them, especially when there's not all the Squires that should be out there. Occasionally we have Squires, they show up, they see how much work it is, and then they stop showing up. But it is very hard. And for us, sometimes if it's in the right place at the right time, then we can train Squires to become knights, and we would prefer if everybody went through at least one show as a Squire, but it does not always work. Actually, we had 2 knights that started the same year as Roland, and we needed knights. So luckily they had horse experience, so we could train them right into being a knight. But I do think it gives you, at least initially, a better perspective and a better appreciation for the Squires if you start off doing that work. And it's easier to start as a Squire than just to be thrust in as a knight.
Squires are also the backbone of what we do, help us do what we do, and we couldn't do it without them.
Well, you talked earlier about how the Squires are out on the hot sand. I mean, I'm in this, which is not nearly as many layers as what you guys are wearing, and I'm soaked through.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's a hot day today in August in Pennsylvania. How are you guys not dying of heat exhaustion?
Prehydrate. As soon as you get up in the morning, you start drinking a lot of water, electrolytes, as much as you can. If we fall behind being hydrated, we won't catch up. So we have to stay ahead of that.
You
So
guys are athletes. You really are athletes.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of conditioning possibly that happens.
there is.
also.
This is not a lot of people think we just come out, get on the horses on the weekend and that's it. But we're rehearsing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And when people come up to me and say they want to be a knight, I have to really, really screen them on that they just think the only part about this job is going out there and having fans chant your name, because there is traveling cross country. I just made a 20-hour drive, so did Sir Logan. He just closed the Colorado show where he was jousting last weekend and then got here as soon as possible to be able to perform this. That means he got here, he learned several fights, he had to learn the choreography, he had to learn the positioning of what we were doing, as well as his lines, and he's done a great job. But like when Sir James was talking about being full-time, what that means is being on the road for a full season. Even though we have different trailers or cabins, whatever that we live in, we're essentially all roommates because we work with each other, then we eat with each other, and we're camped next to each other. So you do have to have that trust on the field because we are only as glorious as we write ourselves to be. So the villains lose at the end of the day. A lot of people don't think about that, but that means all day they have to build up to their crowd how great they are, knowing in the end they're going to lose. So you have to have a confidence, but you have to be able to take away ego from it to be able to do it well. But if you don't trust the guy on the other end of the field, then you shouldn't be jousting them. And I've always said that it matters as much how well the guys get along backstage as how well they do on the field.
We're all really great performers and really nice people.
Well, of course,
backstage.
yes.
We're like the cream of the crop.
And that's why
all
you're
that.
here.
And you were
Right,
talking
yeah.
about, you know, having that trust because, I mean, you guys are swinging weapons at each other, you're running at each other full force on horse with pointy sticks and shields and...
Well, again, Sir Logan thrown into this one day on the horse he was riding doing a joust.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
so he has to trust these guys are going to watch out and help me as much as possible. We might pretend we're trying to kill each other, but we all have each other's backs out there.
This is what you expect from a modern day jousting circuit.
Well,
Is that
most
correct?
people aren't as fortunate as Noble Cause. They don't work as much as we do. Sometimes we'll have 2 or 3 crews running at one time. Logistics are incredible. We've been dealing with that this week, trying to get horses moved here and there. And so a modern joust company like we are, and I think there's only maybe 3 in the United States that function and work as much as we do. You have to have a really solid crew that can do what you need to present a good show. I know it sounds cheesy, but going out and putting on the show, the feedback we get from people, the friends we make that we return and see year after year, those really mean a lot to
I
us.
tell people all the time that if there was one thing that, if money was no option, if I could choose to do one thing in my life, it would be this. Like hands down, not even a question.
I think you're surrounded by a bunch of men that agree with you on that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, even my wife behind the camera If money was no option, she'd be out there as one of the jousting knights.
We would.
That's right.
Yes.
We're
We do have
squiring at
we do have
least.
female knights. So.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Well, speaking of female knights, one of your knights was actually good enough to make me my camera
Yes, I
bag.
brought that.
Sarah
Right.
Lilith.
Yes, Sir Lilith made
Yes.
this for
Her
me.
leather skills have gotten so good. over
Make
the
sure
last
you
year.
check
Incredible.
out Starry Night Leatherwork on Instagram. Starry Night Leatherwork.
He's doing my job. I
No,
don't
no,
even
no,
have
I'm
to do
sorry.
it.
Was I supposed to promote some really well-crafted leatherwork
I know.
at Starry Night Leatherwork on Instagram?
She really did a great job. We were talking back and forth through Instagram, like day in and day out, making this exactly what I want, to be able to hold the camera that Haley is holding and hold batteries and business cards and make it not be so cumbersome.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
it is fantastic.
Her leather skills in the last year have gone through the roof.
Yes,
Right.
and
Great
she
job, Lily.
makes this to help support and take care of the horses that she owns personally. So if you want to support her with that, like he said, check her out on
Definitely.
Instagram. Go ahead.
At Starry Night Leatherworks on Instagram.
And I honestly don't know anyone more devoted to her horses
Yes.
than
I
Speaking of horses, let's meet the horses of Noble Cause Productions.
So we're going to talk to Sir William a little bit about the horses and kind of what they do, taking care of them and whatnot, you know,
And all the horse-related
and all the
activities.
horse-related things. So this is Joy specifically, correct?
This is Joy. She's a mare. She has been jousting for quite some time. A friend of mine actually owns her. She's a super great joust horse. She is a draft mix. She's a very sweet girl. A lot of power. She's a beautiful horse as well.
Yes.
Yeah, she has a lot of power, a lot of strength. Now, typically, in reality, knights would have never ridden a mare. They would only ride stallions for their aggressive nature. But she's such a good horse that we really enjoy having
That's
her.
good. She does very well in the
She
field,
does.
too.
And next, let's bring over, this is Storm.
Oh, this is the famous Storm.
This
Yes,
is
we've
Storm.
heard a lot about Storm.
He's a very, very good horse. And he actually, whenever I got him many years ago, I got him to replace another horse we were retiring that looked same color, same temperament, same size. Her name was Bonnie, and she was a legendary great joust horse. And then we retired her right as Storm was coming in, and he's been an excellent horse that we can put bigger guys on typically. And yeah, he's a really, really good horse. We
He
enjoy
looks like
him.
he did a good job.
Whenever we audition a horse, typically I look for a horse between 5 and 7 years
Okay.
old. And what I'll do is I'll take a flag on a flagpole and I'll take a shield out and I'll see how they react to it. Now, they're going to look at it and everything else.
Yeah.
But it's just if I see the fear in their eyes or they're immediately,
Yeah.
then I know how much work I'm going to have to put into that horse.
Yeah. Now, is it hard to find horses that will work with that and not be too timid?
It can be challenging at times, but anytime you're looking for a horse, you have specific requirements, whatever the job you're going to need
Yeah.
them to do is. So, can you bring Ice and Easy over? Our Squires working very hard to keep the horses up.
So let me see, after the show, you guys walk the horses.
We
to
always
cool
do.
them down.
Before the knights get out of armor, if the knights can't get to it, we need to get to the horses and cool them down.
Yeah.
The horses always come first. This is Ice. He's named Ice because the color of his eyes.
Ah, yes.
And all these horses have been jousted for many, many years. This was the horse Sir James was riding. He also, my wife uses him. He'll do circus tricks like lay down, rear, count, things like
Oh,
that.
neat.
He'll let her little miniature horses run under him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really a good horse. And I like the way he's built, nice thick neck.
Yeah.
This is Easy. His full name is really Easy Money, but at a Renaissance Fair I just say Easy.
Yeah.
And he's also a very good horse. Same color as Storm down there. What we look for is we look for a horse with the right disposition. Is not too afraid of things, but also we don't want a horse that's completely broke down. You know, we
Right.
want some that still have spirit.
Yeah.
And most of our horses enjoy, well, I'd say all of our horses enjoy coming out before the people. They pick up their energy, they get more excited and everything. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
I've always wondered about that. When the knight is on the horse, say it's maybe the villain knight, Do they ever feel that, like, you know, how they're trying to portray anger or, you know, that intimidation?
Oh, certainly they can feel that, but our actors are portraying that. Hopefully they're not really feeling that.
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah.
So they
now,
would know the
nervousness,
difference, kind of?
anxiety,
Yeah.
those will definitely travel from your hands through the reins to the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
So we want to try and get rid of all that.
Yeah.
Whatever you're saying, as long as with your hands and your body you're staying calm and peacul, the horse will do what it's needed to do.
Yeah, that's neat.
Well, thank you. You guys can go take care of the horses now. Take
Thank
them
you.
down.
Thank you for your
We
time.
appreciate it. And the Squires are so instrumental in helping us get the horses ready. Take care of the horses
They do so
afterwards.
much, yeah.
Feeding the horses, grooming the horses, getting the horses tacked up.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So they are a very, very key part to our organization.
Good.
How many horses do you have in total within the Noble Cause organization?
10 horses that travel all over.
Okay, wow. How do they do with travel?
They love it.
They
well,
do.
I don't know if they love it. They don't mind it.
Right.
It's what they're used
That's
to.
pretty good
It's
then,
like my
yeah.
children. My children were born.
Exactly.
I was doing this, so they're used to traveling. You know.
Right.
Not necessarily that they love it, but
Yeah.
they understand
But
it's
it's part of
the
their
job.
life,
Right.
and and they have jobs. That's pretty neat.
And they get to travel all over.
yeah.
Like whenever it's really, really cold, we'll be in our off season down in Florida.
Oh, there you
so
go.
that'll be nice.
That is
Then
nice.
as it gets hot in Florida, we leave and start traveling away. Like a lot of these horses have been in Colorado this whole time, and it's nice and cool at night.
Come on in. Come on in. Perfect. It smells really, really good right now.
To be fair, I don't know all of that is. There is a water treatment plant like right over there. So, yeah.
Well, I am really grateful for all of you guys for taking the time out of your busy day to come out and meet with Haley and I and just allow your fans to get to know you a little bit more.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So it's been a blast. It's really nice to meet you guys. If you ever get a chance to come out to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Faire, please come on out, check out their shows. They have 3 shows a day. We'll put the times up on the screen for this season. Most years they stay the same, correct? Okay, roughly. So once again, grab the writ. That'll help you figure out where you need to be and when you need to be if you want to see one of their shows. But until next time, so long, farewell, and
Namaste.
Good day, lords and ladies. My name be Nathan.
And I'm Nate. Oh gosh. And I'm Haley.
Let's
Let's
start
try
it.
again.
Speaking of former Noble Cause Knights.
Hey! We didn't have to say former.
Thank you, man. Once a night, always a night.
Yeah.
It was very hot, yes.
Is this going to be...
No, this is going to be B-roll.
Okay, great.
So we're not going to have your
No
dialogue.
audio.
Oh, all right.
It was like pulling teeth, and I can
olive
alter some
juice.
things right here.
Olive
but, like,
juice and watermelon. Watermelon.
them,
They're
like-
not honored up, right?
I wanted to go somewhere with that, but I couldn't. All right.
Story of my life.
Did I write you a letter?
You wrote me an email.
A
letter.
Yes, a letter.
Sent by
With
carrier
parchment and
pigeon.
pen, no electronics.
So at the very
anyone
end,
knows
if we all can say Namarie,
Namarie.
it's Elvish for farewell.
Sorry.